Breaking news, Kyle Henderson of Bama football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys being here. Like and subscribe. Got some news just coming in as Alabama wide receiver Isaiah Bond has transferred to Texas. This is just in. This is news that is across college football. You're going to see it on ESPN. Of course, it is breaking the internet right now. So what does it mean going forward? Well, clearly, Alabama is losing, in my opinion, one of the top wide receivers, not only in the SEC, but in the country. I felt that Isaiah Bond was probably underutilized last season, and who knows, what is that from? Is that from the quarterback? Is that from the offensive schematics? Whatever it is, I think losing Isaiah Bond is a blow for Alabama. I think it is a larger blow that he is going to Texas, and I think Steve Sarkisian has to be extremely elated, excited, happy about bringing one of the most dangerous players in college football over to your program. As you know, Texas beat Alabama last season, so Steve Sarkisian just got a contract extension, and winning Isaiah Bond after Nick Saban retires, I think, is a slam dunk. So let's go over the timeline, how it unfolded. So following the season, Isaiah Bond hits a transfer portal just one day after Coach Saban says that he's retiring. He had a representative come out and say, don't ask about his whereabouts. And then we saw that Isaiah Bond had been posted up in the driver's seat of a Lambo, right? Lambo was nice. And then we kind of went dark for a couple hours, and people were speculating, could Kalen DeBoer win him back? What was going to happen? Because as we know, with Kalen DeBoer taking over with Nick Saban, you're going to have to re-recruit the players. Re-recruit the guys to stay here. And again, in my opinion, I feel that Isaiah Bond was somebody that you had to win over. Not to say that it's an overall loss, because when you look to Alabama's wide receivers that you got coming back, and I saw this yesterday, Kalen, with Isaiah Bond hitting the portal, guess who retweeted it and was pumped up? Emmanuel Henderson. Now, before Holman Wiggins dipped out to Texas A&M for the same position for the Aggies, he told me, and you can watch this interview right here on Bama Football on YouTube, he said Emmanuel Henderson made some plays at practice that were head-turning. Emmanuel Henderson didn't get on the field because of an injury. So you have the sophomores, that super sophomores, as I like to call them, who are absolutely ballers. Kendrick Law, get him the football any way you can. I think he's a guy that is a 10 out of 10 impact as well. I think Kobe Prentice is Mr. Dependable, somebody that we don't talk enough about. Kobe Prentice is an absolute baller in every sense of the word. He has been since the day that he stepped at the University of Alabama. I think he has that ride-out mentality. I think you have Emmanuel Henderson, who is certainly going to come up. Those are three wide receivers, okay? You also have Jalen Hell. Who's Jalen Hell? Well, as a freshman, he turned heads against Ole Miss. He has big play potential, especially downfield. You have some wide receivers coming in that need to get fed as well. Amari Jefferson, you have Rico Scott, younger guys. Who knows if they're going to see the field? I don't know. You have a loaded tight end room. You have Amari Nyblack, baller, right? You have an H-back, Robbie Oots. I'm not saying he's going to catch a ton of passes, but the guy can be utilized. You have C.J. Dupree, who has a lot of versatility as well. You have Danny Lewis. We haven't even talked about Danny Lewis much. And as you know, Miles Ketzelman hit the transfer portal, ended up at Tennessee. You also have Ryan Williams still out there. And if I'm Ryan Williams now, and, I know he decommitted the day that Coach Saban announced his retirement, but you look to potentially Ryan Grubb coming here to Alabama, and you're like, And you see Bond going out. I'm the wide receivers. I'm like, come on, baby. Like, come on back and do your thing, because I think Ryan Williams could be a guy that is certainly utilized in all sorts of ways. So maybe this opens up the door for a Ryan Williams to come back. And who knows, it's not going to be over, the saga overall, until February 9th when he signs his paperwork. Good addition inside the comment box. Flowers is talking about Caleb Odom. Caleb Odom is a guy who is a tight end that I think can be stretched out. His film is phenomenal, 1,000,000%. And one of the things that Amari Nyblack said was that Caleb Odom coming in could be potentially better than him going forward. So I like that. But overall, when you look to Isaiah Bond, that's what we're talking about right now, committing to Texas. I think it is a win for Texas. And, these are business decisions that these players have to make now at their point in time in their career. What is going to happen going forward for Alabama's offense? I think they'll be just fine. And look, I think the news, honestly, that Ryan Grubb is coming to Alabama, if that's official, that'll surpass the name. This will surpass the name of Isaiah Bond going to Texas. I think it is a blow, but I think it will be patched up with some pieces that Ryan Grubb has from his schematic standpoint. The overall offense, I think, is in really good shape. I do think it's a loss. Only 600 yards, 4 touchdowns, but overall, this guy's a baller. I like his moxie, like his mentality, and yeah, these guys are chasing that money, and this is the world that we live in. Yeah, Neil, welcome to the show. Isaiah Bond committed to Texas, and that's kind of what we're wrapping up right now. Let me know inside the comment box what you think about Isaiah Bond going to Texas. Let me know about which wide receivers that you're excited to see going forward at the University of Alabama. I mean, for me, I just talked about a lot of them. Kendrick Law is certainly a guy that I think could become a household name by season's end. I think that Emmanuel Henderson is on that sleeper list, and I think that Kobe Prentice is Mr. Dependable. Remember, you also lose Jermaine Burton as well, but overall, wide receivers are in good position. And I talked about this, and this will be my last thing that I say about Isaiah Bond, is that the fact that you have Jamarcus Shepard coming in potentially as a wide receiver coach, I love it. I like that hire for a lot of different reasons. Knows how to work with the Alabama wide receivers. And look, I think this does sting for a lot of Alabama fans with Isaiah Bond going to Texas, just because it is Texas, and Texas did beat Alabama last year. But look, overall, Coach Saban said this, and I don't know if this will supersede that. But you'll remember for what you did in the Iron Bowl. And we all know that 4th and 31, the Gravedigger, that was one of the greatest moments of this past season. But when you get up and you bounce, people are going to remember that probably more as you bailed out and you dipped out chasing the cash. So, look, Isaiah Bond, do your thing. You got to wish these kids well in their journey, and Alabama is going to be just fine. I do think it is a loss for sure. But the biggest loss is Alabama losing Nick Saban. But this is a changing of a guard, and I think things will be fine. So Kalen DeBoer coming in, you get Ryan Grubb in, and you get back to work. You develop a plan around the players already in place. I do like Amari Jefferson too. I'm not gonna lie, I do like his game. And Kendrick Law, same thing. So you have a good nucleus of wide receivers, and Isaiah Bond has committed to Texas. So I appreciate you guys liking this video. Hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe. Appreciate you being here. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and definitely check out the content as we continue to provide coverage throughout Nick Saban's retirement and the kind of the changing of the guards as Kalen DeBoer takes over as head football coach here at the University of Alabama. Yeah, full court press. Love to see it on Ryan Williams. Again, breaking news as Isaiah Bond has just announced that he is transferring to Texas from Alabama.